The left fielder, number 14, Bryce Juab. Hitting cleanup, number 6, Bryson Perry. He'll be playing shortstop. The right fielder, Maddox Bailey, will be hitting 5th. He's number 3. Third baseman, number 11, Wyatt Williams, will be hitting 6th. The catcher, Aaron Costello, will be hitting 7th. He's number 8. Number 13, Hudson Smith, will be the DH today. Hitting 9th will be number 9, Preston Madsen. He'll be playing second base. And number 12, Jacob Blackham, will be playing first base.
And the starters now for the home team, the second seeded Juab Wasps. Leading it off will be the center fielder, number 7, Bryce Bowles. Hitting in the 2-hole, the shortstop, number 11, Austin Park. Batting third, the first baseman, number 23, Connor Cowan. The cleanup hitter is the pitcher today, number 25, Kai Hansen. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 16, Jimmy Larson. Hitting sixth, the third baseman, number 17, Garrett Hofer. Batting seventh is the designated hitter, number 19, Canyon Mattinson. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 2, Tate Halverson. Rounding out the batting order is the catcher today, number 1, Luke Marostica. And playing left field, being DH for is number 5, Trayson Coombs for the Juab Wasps. So Kai Hansen on the mound for Juab, and he'll face the top of the North Sanpete order, Andy Allred, Andy Bailey, and Bryce Swap. If they get to the fourth batter, the cleanup hitter is Bryson Perry. First pitch from Hansen out of the windup. Just misses a bit low for ball 1 to Andy Allred. Allred comes in with a .269 batting average. 1-0 pitch. That one's on the outside edge for a called strike and a 1-1 count.
Good pitch right there by Hansen to even it up.
Bryce Bowles is playing at second base almost, feels like, as he works his way in. Swinging a miss there. Foul tip, it looks like, for strike 2.
Yeah,
and he's doing a little jig out there.
Yeah,
Bryce Bowles is.
He's warming up out there. And he is very shallow, and there's a big gap in that right center field part of the field right now.
So a 1-2 count. Allred, back in on the right side. As Hansen works out of the windup, 1-2 pitch. That one got away from him upstairs for ball 2 and a 2-2 count.
Well, Bryce Bowles, he's just staying loose out there. I think he's doing the Cotton Eye Joe. I think that's what that is.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Just a bit low for ball 3 and a full count. Hansen's close on that one.
Yeah, that was a pretty close pitch to take, but Allred saw he's got eye on the ball.
The payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Andy Allred will go down swinging for the first out of the inning and first strikeout of the game for Kai Hansen. Hansen on the year has 1 varsity appearance as a pitcher. He's got a 3.23 ERA in that appearance. And so he's pitched 4 1/3 is all he's pitched, 3 strikeouts to 6 base on balls. I would imagine he's thrown some JV ball this year, but just the 1 varsity appearance. As Andy Bailey now stands on the left side for the Hawks. First pitch from Hansen. Misses upstairs, ball 1.
Well, the one thing we know about Hansen, he's a very good catcher. He has a really good arm from behind the plate, and usually that translates into doing well on the mound.
1-0 pitch to Bailey, swing and a miss, strike 1. Bailey comes in with a .256 batting average on the season for the Hawks. He leads the team with those 21 RBIs. Has 10 extra base hits. Here's the 1-1. Curveball. Misses up and in for ball 2 and a 2-1 count.
I like Hansen's approach to these first couple batters. He hasn't been afraid to challenge him on the inside part of the plate and try to get some swings out of him.
Here's the 2-1 delivery from Hansen. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Came with a fastball. They do have the second baseman, Halverson, shifted a little bit into that 3-4 hole. Cowan protecting the line at first base. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, fly ball down the right field line will land foul as Bailey battles to stay alive.
That was a good job by Bailey getting the barrel around on that back because that pitch was way inside, and he's battling right now and going to keep working in the box.
Count remains 2-2, 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on base here in the top of the first inning. Hansen working out of the windup for Juab on the mound. Here's the 2-2 delivery to Bailey. That one's going to miss low and in for ball 3 and back-to-back full counts.
Hanson, he's continuing to live on that inner half of the plate. I really haven't seen much outside first two hitters.
No. Next pitch is fouled back to the screen as Bailey continues to battle. And the count remains full. It's always interesting, the state tournament baseball. Some years you'll be here where you don't need hardly any clothes on. Everybody's bundled up tight today.
Yeah.
Payoff pitch is swung on. High pop up to the left side. Coming in is Coombs in left. He'll call for it and make the play for out number 2. So an F7 for Bailey. Fly out to left for the second out of the inning.
Good job with Coombs calling Park off on that ball. He says, hey, I got this, and did the right thing. Left fielder should, or the outfielder should always take that ball that's come to him if they can get to it.
So it'll bring Bryce Swap to the plate now for North Sanpete. He stands in on the right side with 2 outs and nobody on. First pitch from Hanson. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 1.
Good curveball right there by Hanson. Speaking about your comment about the weather, it feels like a late fall football game right now. You see people bundled up in blankets. I saw a person with a sleeping bag.
Oh, one pitch is on the inside edge for a called strike 2 and an 0-2 count. Yeah, they're doing what they can to keep warm. 0-2 count here to Swap, who has a .346 average to lead North Sanpete this year. There's the 0-2 from Hanson. That one misses low for ball 1.
Swap had a really good game yesterday. You alluded to it earlier, and he's looking to stay hot and help his team.
He's back in on the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Next pitch from Hanson. Kind of a check swing, ground ball to the left side, slow roller picked up by Hofer. Throw to first is not in time. An infield single for Bryce Swap with 2 outs, and the Hawks have a runner on base.
Well, he had a couple strikes on him there, and he just did what he could. Swinging bunt right there, and they weren't ready for that. And a little bit of speed right there, so he ran that one out.
So that'll bring the cleanup hitter Bryson Perry to the plate now for North Sanpete as he takes a sign from Coach Hadley. We'll see what they try to test the freshman catcher.
You think you about got to, right?
Yeah. Swap about a 2-step lead at first base. Hanson from the stretch turns and throws over, not in time.
Now, we talked about Marostica. In the games I've seen, he's played right field. He's played second base. He's played shortstop. Now
he's played
third base. Now he's catching. So he is the Jose Akendo of the Juab Wasps. That's a reference to the mid-'80s Cardinals team for anybody listening.
First pitch to Perry, misses high and away, ball 1. The ultimate utility man.
Yeah, he was awesome. I remember watching him as a young kid. He played everywhere.
Again, a 2-step lead or so. Throw over to first, again, not in time. In fact, Cowan doesn't even apply the tag. On the infield for Juab, Hofer at third, Park at short, Halverson at second, and Cowan at first. 1-0 count here for Perry. Hanson from the stretch. 1-0 pitch. This is low and away for ball 2, and a hitter's count now for Bryson Perry. Swap takes the lead at first. 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Big swing from Perry.
Yeah, big swing on a good pitch and just missed that one a little bit.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the top of the first inning. No score between North Sanpete and Juab. Hawks the runner on first. 2-1 pitch misses low for ball 3, and a 3-1 hitter's count again for Perry. The Swap works his way off the bag. Hanson comes set from the stretch. The 3-1. Misses upstairs for ball 4, and Bryson Perry will draw the base on balls. So 2 on now for North Sanpete with Maddox Bailey coming to the plate.
Yeah, you got 2 runners on, 1 with a swinging bunt, 1 with the base on balls, and that's what Coach Park said, hey, we don't want to be giving up free bases.
Coach Hadley gives a sign. He's actually standing in the coach's box today.
Yeah, he was out almost in left field yesterday.
Bailey on the left side. Hansen checks the runners. First pitch. He's going to miss low and in. Ball one. You can see the natural catcher movement there, though, from Morostica. As you heard Coach Park say, he's naturally a catcher.
Yeah, very, very light on his feet. Moves well. He's doing a great job behind the plate.
Runners take their lead. Perry a big lead at first, not being held on. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to go inside and kicks away from Morostica as it hits the turf. And both runners will advance a bag on the play. So it's a 2-0 hitters count now for Maddox Bailey with 2 in scoring position for the Hawks and 2 outs.
Couldn't tell. Almost looked like to me it hit the plate and kind of bounced off that plate a little funny, but
could have been. That plate is
it's down.
Sunk in, and so there is a little bit of a lip there around the plate.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looked like to me. Morosca looked like he was in position to catch it. It just took a really weird hop off whether the turf or the plate.
So a 2-0 count as Hansen comes set from the stretch. 2-0 delivery. That one will stay low for ball 3, and a 3-0 count now to Bailey. Hansen's, I don't think he's missing much on those low pitches. They really look pretty good, just slightly low. Now there's a loose grocery sack in left field.
I saw that blow in. We got a north wind right now, and it's a pretty good north wind. You see the flags. They're really, they're straight out, straight south. And
yes.
Pretty good wind right now. Cold wind is.
It is a cold wind.
Come from the north.
3-0 count, though, again to Maddox Bailey with 2 on here for the Hawks. 2 outs. Hansen sets from the stretch. Turns and looks at second. Tag is not in time. Pretty good move by Hansen. Throw just a little bit high for Park to be able to get the tag down quick.
Really good move right there. We've seen that work, those timing plays in a couple different games already, and it had about worked there.
3-0 count. Pitch from Hansen. He's going to miss for ball 4, so back-to-back walks issued by Kai Hansen loads the bases. Coach Park is out of the dugout for Juab. Bring the infield in with them as they go out to visit with Hansen.
Yeah, I think Coach Hadley right now, he's talking to Wyatt Williams and saying, hey, in the last 2 batters, that's it. There's 8 balls, and so be patient. Nothing to get nervous about.
8 balls and 1 strike.
8 balls, yeah. So in 9 pitches, 8 of them are balls. So be patient up there, and you're here to help our team. So make sure you take a couple pitches and make him earn it.
Williams comes in with a 171 batting average. He has 8 RBIs on the year. A walk here or any hit would make it 9, possibly 10 if it's a hit in the outfield. Base is juiced.
I agree, and you got a big hole right now in right center field as Bowles is shading a little bit to the left field side of the field.
So Williams stands in. Hansen chooses to work from the stretch. The base is loaded. First pitch on the outside edge, strike 1. It's a big pitch.
Good pitch. Whatever Coach Park said right there, it worked.
So an 0-1 count. Runners will take their lead, not being held on. The 0-1 from Hansen. Swung on, hard ground ball, foul to the left side for strike 2.
That was a hard hit ground ball. That gets down the line. You're definitely scoring 2 on that.
Juab does have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen. Didn't catch the number on it.
I wonder if it's Buchanan again. Is that?
It might be.
I think that's who it is. And
he threw just 25 yesterday, so he could throw again today.
25. He threw great yesterday in the late innings of that ball game.
Yes, he did. Yeah, I think you're right. I think that is Buchanan down there. So an 0-2 count. 2 outs, bases loaded for North Sanpete. The pitch from Hansen misses low, blocked by Morostica as he keeps it close enough to hold the runner. Ball 1 to Williams. Runners again will take the lead. Here's the 1-2 from Hansen to Williams. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Williams will go down swinging for the third out of the inning, second strikeout of the game for Kai Hansen as the Hawks threaten, but they do not score. No runs on one hit, no errors committed by Juab, and 3 runners left on base through 1/2 inning of play. It is North Sanpete 0, Juab 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Grow everything better with Azomite mineral products. Azomite is used internationally as a soil additive and organic fertilizer for lawns, gardens, and field crops in more than 50 countries around the world. Their Feed Grid product, used as a feed ingredient for livestock, is gaining popularity because research shows a potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite can be found at your IFA country stores, Steve Reagan stores, or at azomite.com. For more information, visit them on Facebook, Twitter, or at azomite.com. That's azomite.com.
In life, we all need a strong support team, in sports and in day-to-day life. We have a trusted, strong support team at Intermountain Sanpete Valley Hospital. For up-to-date healthcare tips and guidelines, join our Facebook page and go to our website. From our physicians to our nursing staff, our technicians, and other specialized healthcare professionals, our team is ready to provide the best quality care for our friends, neighbors, and local athletes in Sanpete County. Intermountain Sanpete Valley Hospital, keeping quality healthcare close to home.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Go Insurance in Mount Pleasant if auto owners make sense for you. Call 462-3333 or visit goinsuranceutah.com.
Nephi Federal Credit Union in Nephi offers convenient service and a variety of financial services. They're your hometown credit union that's been serving local residents for over 63 years, longer than any other financial institution in Nephi. The staff invites you to check out their incredible rates on a variety of loans and savings accounts. Nephi Federal Credit Union, 155 North Main in Nephi. Call 623-1895. That's 623-1895. Nephi Federal Credit Union, proud supporter of the Wasps this season.
You're listening to exciting high school sports action on
KSVC.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College as we go to the bottom of the first inning. No score between North Sanpete and Juab in this 3A baseball state playoff game. And Juab will bring the top of the order to the plate. Bryce Bowles, Austin Park, and Connor Cowan. If they get to the fourth batter, the cleanup hitter is Kai Hansen. And the pitcher today for North Sanpete, Andy Allred. First pitch to Bowles. Off speed, caught the outside edge, strike one.
That's a good curveball coming out. It looked like he's going to be outside and stay out there, but that ball came in and caught the outside corner of the plate for a first pitch strike.
There's the 0-1 delivery. He's going to drop off low for ball one and a 1-1 count. Bowles doesn't have the chance to do his Irish jig at the plate.
No.
A little more difficult than in center field. There's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, ground ball to the right side. Blackham at first fields it cleanly, and he will step on the bag for out number one. So a ground out to first for Bryce Bowles, first out of the inning.
Good pitch right there by Andy Allred. He's keeping the ball down and induces a ground ball out. And that's one of Coach Park's things. He's got to get his leadoff batter on base.
So it brings Austin Park to the plate, hitting .593 on the year. He stands it on the right side.
Dangerous hitter right here. Real dangerous.
You heard Coach Hadley talk about that for the Hawks. Big swing and a miss on the inside pitch for strike one.
Yeah, he did. He said he might be one of the best three hitters in 3A. And
I'd probably just go ahead and say he is.
He's the best hitter in 3A baseball.
0-1 count. The pitch from Allred. Big swing and a miss. Strike two. Down to the count, though. 0-2 is Park.
Tell you what, Allred's doing a good job. He's keeping the ball. He is painting that inside corner of the plate right now, and Park is right on the line. So he's got to get that barrel out quick to barrel that up. And right now,
0-2 pitch, deep fly ball to left. Going back is Swap, and he'll just turn and watch it go on an 0-2 count. Austin Park gets the Wasps on the board. 1-0 here in the bottom of the first.
You can't fool him three times right there. He was waiting for that pitch, and he did not beat him in the inside part of the plate on that third pitch.
So Park touches them all as he gets high fives at home plate from Kai Hansen and Connor Cowan, and Juab has the early lead, 1-0 here in the first inning.
Just for the listeners at home, that was to dead left field. The dimensions of the field, you're at 335 down the left field line, 400 at center, right's 339, the power alleys are at 380.
And that one hit the back fence on a line. There's an extra fence there, and Connor Cowan's going to match it as he hits one deep to left, and that one is gone. Back-to-back home runs for Juab. Park and Cowan can make it a 2-0 Wasp lead here in the first inning.
That literally looked almost exactly the same as Park's home run. Great hit right there on he was first pitch swinging.
So the 2 home run leaders for the Wasps go back-to-back. 6th home run for Park, 4th for Cowan, and Juab leads it 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. The infield gets together to visit with Andy Allred after that one. They'll work their way back to their positions as Kai Hansen now comes to the plate.
Maybe when Park came across the plate, Cowan said, "Hey, anything you can do, I can do." And
Kai Hansen must have an equipment
malfunction here.
I think he's going to trade helmets. Something must have been on his helmet that he couldn't use. So he grabs another helmet, stands it on the right side. First pitch, misses upstairs from Allred for ball 1.
Well, there's that quick start that Coach Park was talking about. He said, our kids need to get out there, they need to get hot fast, and they just did.
Yes, they did. 1-0 pitch. This is high and away for ball 2, and a 2-0 hitters count now for Hansen.
Kai Hansen, he's moved up in the lineup a little bit. He's been hitting the ball hard this tournament.
Yes, he has. 2-0 pitch, swung on, ground ball, chopped foul into the Juab dugout for strike 1. Yeah, he had a couple of hard hit balls right at the shortstop yesterday.
Yeah, he did. He just needs to kind of find a gap, but it's hitting the ball has not been hitting the ball hard has not been his issue.
Here's the 2-1 delivery. That one, curveball drops in for a called strike 2 and a 2-2 count. Already working out of the windup. 2-2 pitch on the outside edge for a called strike 3, and Hansen will go down looking for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Andy Allred.
Good pitch right there. Just fooled Hansen on the outside part of the plate and sets him down. Does Allred.
So that'll bring Jimmy Larson to the plate with nobody on base. 2 outs. Juab leading 2-0. Allred out of the windup. First pitch on the outside half. Strike 1. So Allred settling in after giving up back-to-back home runs on back-to-back pitches.
Yeah, you like his composure. He's out there. He doesn't look like he's rattled at all and just takes the ball and done a good job coming back after giving up 2 home runs.
Larson watches ball 1 go by. Here's the 1-1 delivery from Allred. That one dropped off just low for ball 2 and a 2-1 count. 2-1 delivery. This is outside and low for ball 3, so 3-1 hitters count now for Larson. He's back in on the right side as Allred shakes off the sign. Takes the next one. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Curveball. Strike 2. I think the umpire was ready to ring him up.
Yeah, he rung him up on 2 strikes.
He
but
realized,
he's like,
wait a minute,
you know what? I'm going to let you hit one more. I'm going to let you get one more pitch right there.
There's the payoff pitch. Curveball, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Larson will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. 2nd strikeout of the game for Andy Allred. But Juab strikes first, courtesy of back-to-back home runs from Austin Park and Connor Cowan. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors by North Sanpete and no runners left on base through 1 inning of play. It is Juab 2, North Sanpete 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs.
Simply complete an application on your phone or computer and select the low-rate option you prefer.
And then sit back and enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing you have a low-rate line of credit. Ready for whatever life throws at you.
To learn more or start your application, visit uccu.com or stop by any branch.
Since 1947, Barney Trucking has built a reputation of unparalleled customer service and satisfaction in the trucking industry. Barney Trucking is now hiring drivers statewide, including Beaver, Millard, Sevier, Sanpete, Juab, Carbon, Emery, Utah, and Salt Lake counties, as well as many other locations. The job includes a home daily schedule, excellent pay, benefits, training, retirement, a positive work environment, and requires a Class A CDL license with doubles endorsement. To apply, go to barneyjobs.com. That's barneyjobs.com.
Your connection for high school sports.
KSVC.
Back here at Cape Field as we go to the top of the second inning with Juab leading North Sanpete 2-0 here in this elimination game of the 3A baseball state tournament. And the Hawks will bring the 7, 8, 9 batters to the plate this inning. First pitch swinging is Aaron Costello. Ground ball foul down the first baseline for strike one. He'll be followed by Hudson Smith, then Preston Madsen. If they get to the fourth batter, the leadoff hitter is Andy Allred for North Sanpete.
Good aggressive swing right there by Costello and trying to help his team.
He's back in on the left side. Kai Hansen on the mound for Juab, working out of the windup. The 0-1 pitch. Just a bit low for ball one. So a 1-1 count. Next pitch from Hansen. That'll miss outside for ball two. 2 balls and a strike.
We were talking a little bit earlier, Hansen, he's missed low a lot, but if you're going to missing low is better than missing high. I mean, I like a low ball pitcher.
Swung on, high fly ball to center field. Bryce Bowles is there, takes a couple steps back and makes the catch for out number 1. So an F8 for Costello for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring to the plate now for the Hawks, Hudson Smith.
Hudson is the DH, another left-handed hitter in the Hawks lineup.
Looking for his first hit of the year in varsity action. The freshman, again, saw him come in and pitch well yesterday in relief. First pitch here, swung on, ground ball to the right side, fielded by Cowan at first, and he'll step on the bag for out number 2. A ground out to the first baseman for the second out of the inning.
Coach Park's going to say to Kai, hey, that's what I'm looking for, That's
one pitch, one out.
Yeah, 1 pitch, 1 out. And keeping that pitch count low, because I'm sure he wants him to go deep into this game. They want to use as many pitches at him as they can get.
Brings Preston Madsen into the plate. He's hits from the right side. First pitch misses upstairs for ball 1. Hansen threw 31 pitches that first inning. So as you alluded to there, much more efficient so far this inning. There's the 1-0. Swung on and fouled it back towards 90th South for strike 1.
I was talking to some of the UHSAA guys earlier, and I said, hey, how many balls did you lose here a game? And they said, not bad yesterday. We lost about a dozen, he says, but they bring basically 3 dozen balls for each game when they play on this field. So,
well, that's a couple $100 worth of balls every game.
Yeah, $7 a ball.
Yeah, balls aren't cheap. Next one misses low for ball 2, so a 2-1 count now to Madsen. 2 outs, nobody on base here in the top of the second. Juab leads 2-0. 2-1 pitch in the turf and outside for ball 3, so a 3-1 hitters count for Madsen. Madsen hitting 179 on the year. Here's the 3-1 pitch. That one will miss low for ball 4, and Madsen will draw the 2-out base on balls. So he heads to first base.
First base runner for the North Sanpete Hawks this inning.
Kai Hansen says, I'd like a new ball. So a new ball he gets. At the top of the order comes to the plate, Andy Allred. Takes a sign from Coach Hadley.
Coach Hadley's moved back out to left field.
Madsen on first has 6 stolen bases on the year. Allred stands in on the right side. Turn and throw to first, not in time as he dives back safely. The wind, looking at the flag in right center field, dying down a little bit. Still a breeze, but not what it has been. Runner takes off on the pitch, and Allred fouls that one off his ankle.
Yeah, that one hurt right there. And the runner was running right there, going to try to take a base. He's wondering what's going on. He's like, why do I have to go back? But didn't see that it was a dead ball.
He got a great jump.
He did. Yeah.
Well, that will move him back to first, and that'll bring Allred back to the plate, down to the count 0-1. Madsen still at first base. Takes the lead. Kai Hansen takes the sign as he comes set. It's the 0-1 pitch. Again, he takes off. Called strike. Throw down to second is in time from Morostica as they get Madsen caught stealing for the third out of the inning. And as a result, it'll be Hansen sitting them down in order. 1, 2, 3, they go. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base through 1.5 innings of play. It is Juab 2, North Sanpete 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Utah Heritage Credit Union. Together we grow. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
In the beginning, glass repair meant a long trip to the city. Inconvenient, but it got the job done. Then came the big chains, quick but costly. Then Clear Sight Glass Solutions rolled into town. For 15 years, they've been making your life easier with mobile and in-shop services. Because they're local, and they genuinely care about keeping you safe on the road. They even recalibrate for new models. Visit them on Main Street or at clearsightglasssolutions.com. Keep it clear, keep it local with Clear Sight Glass Solutions in Nephi.
Live play-by-play coverage of local high school sports.
KSBC.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College. 2-0 Juab leads North Sanpete here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports. Garrett Hofer, first pitch swinging for Juab. Fly ball into left center field. And diving forward as Bryce Swap couldn't come up with it. He knocks it down. The throw to second is not in time as Hofer will slide in safely with a high pop-up double. Great effort by Bryce Swap. Just dive fell a little bit short.
Oh, man, that was a really good effort right there. And he got up quick. If he would have had that, if that throw would have been over the base, he might have got him on the throw right there because he had time. But he threw that a little wide, and Hofer ends up on second base.
So for Juab, it's the 6, 7, and 8 batters this inning. Garrett Hofer now followed by Kenyon Mattinson, then Tate Halverson. If they get to the fourth batter, that is Luke Morostica. On the mound, Andy Allred for North Sanpete. First pitch to Mattinson. Misses low. Ball 1. Starting to get some more snow flurries coming in from the north.
Yeah, for about a minute or so, the wind died down, but now it's kicked back up, and now we got a little bit of snow with it.
Next pitch, swung on, ground ball to the left side. Fielded by Perry at short. Throw to first is in time for the first out of the inning.
Hofer, he ran right down that. He waited for the ball to go by him right in front of the shortstop and looked at him, and he was even nervous. He took off after the ball went by him, and not even they didn't check him at third at all.
Yeah, and I think Perry probably had some time to be able to make.
He had plenty of time. Yeah, there was.
Chose to get the out at first, so 1 out in the inning. Runner on third with Tate Halverson at the plate. This is inside for ball 1. There's the 1-0 delivery from Allred. Swung on, ground ball foul to the third base side for strike 1. Right at the last minute, they pulled in the infield right before that pitch. Kind of as Allred was already in his motion, Madsen came running in from second base into the painted turf, the green painted turf. Perry now in there at shortstop as well. So the infield trying to cut the run off at home. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, they want to stop the bleeding right here and make sure they don't give it up another run, which which makes me think that, where Perry had time to go to third base on that and possibly get that out, that might have been the play they should have taken.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Halverson will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. Third strikeout of the game for Andy Allred. That'll bring Luke Morostic out of the plate now for Juab. He'll stand in on the left side. First pitch from Allred. Misses low. Costello knocked it down, kept it close enough that Hofer decided to stay at third on ball 1.
Marasta, he's a threat to bunt, and they're playing him up on the grass right now just to make sure that if he does, they're ready.
The 1-0 pitch swung on and chopped foul to the right side for strike 1. 1-1 count.
It looks like Coach Park wants him swinging away.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Juab leads 2-0 with a runner on third. 1-1 pitch stays high for ball 2.
This would be a big if the defense can stop right here and keep that runner at third base and keep the score 2-0. That'd be big for the Hawks.
2-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2. Big swing from Morostica. Feeling pumped after throwing out the runner at second base to end the top half of the inning. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch from Allred. Swung on. Line drive to the left side. Caught by Perry as he goes to a sliding knee catch for out number 3. An L6 from Morostica. Line out to the shortstop for the third out of the inning as Juab threatens, but they do not score. No runs on 1 hit. No errors by North Sanpete. And 1 runner left on base through 2 innings of play. It is Juab 2, North Sanpete 0 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
As a parent, you never want to see your child struggling with suicidal thoughts. But today, the threat is hidden deep within their phones. That's why I rely on Bark. Built by parents, for parents. Bark's award-winning dashboard monitors text messages, emails, and over 30 different apps and platforms for potential safety concerns. Hey, can we talk?
We at Centricom want to help every family protect their children. Get Bark protection today from Centricom on unlimited family devices. Visit Centricom.com to learn more.
The Beaver Medical Clinic has built a reputation of providing compassionate health care for residents of Beaver and Iron counties. You'll appreciate the professional services of Drs. Roger Smith, Wade Oakton, Lance Smith, Rhett Smith, and nurse practitioners Wade Hollingshead, Lindsay Cheney, Robin Horton, and Joan Yardley. The Beaver Medical Clinic is a family practice offering affordable health care and convenient payment options, with offices in Beaver, Milford, and Parowan.
Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
You're listening to Utah's sports leader,
KSVC.
First pitch swinging is Andy Allred, and he drives one into left field for a leadoff single for North Sanpete in the near whiteout on the field. Andy Allred comes through with a leadoff single for the Hawks as they have their top 3 batters coming to the plate this inning. Allred followed by Andy Bailey, then Bryce Swap. If they get to the 4th batter, the cleanup hitter is Bryson Perry facing Kai Hansen on the mound. So runner on first with no outs. Allred takes about a 2.5 step lead at first base. Bailey stands in the left side, and he'll square a bunt, pull it back, and watch ball 1 go by high.
If North Sanpete had any question whether or not Morostica could throw a guy out at second, well, they got their answer in that third out of the last inning for the Hawks.
There's the 1-0. Again, he squares the bunt, pull it back. Throw down to first is going to get through Cowan, but backing it up and ready to make a play in right field is Jimmy Larson to hold Allred, who had dove back to the bag at first base.
Good heads-up play right there by the right fielder, Jimmy Larson, and keeping Allred at first base. With that throw out, that brought the leadoff hitter for North Sanpete back to the plate. So Allred stands, he comes up to bat again.
It's a 2-0 count now to Bailey. 2-0 pitch. Misses up for ball 3. So a 3-0 count now to Andy Bailey with 1 on and no outs here in the top of the third. Juab leading 2-0.
Bigger lead out there right now by Allred.
3-0 pitch. That'll miss up for ball 4. So a leadoff single followed by a base on balls. 2 on and no outs here in the top of the third. And coming to the plate, Bryce Swap. Right now, the most dangerous man in the North Sanpete lineup.
Yeah, and he had an infield hit. He's 1 for 1 in this game, and you got a runner in scoring position. So something out on the outfield grass-looking turf, could score a run right here and cut the lead in half.
He stands it on the right side, does Swap. First pitch on the outside edge for a called strike 1.
Adam just let us know they did put Buchanan back out there. He's in the bullpen warming up again.
Buchanan could throw 50 pitches today. That's the max that he could throw today. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball misses high for ball 1 and a 1-1 count. That's one of the pitch count rules that seems to me, I don't quite understand. You can throw 110 in one day, but no more than 75 over 2 days.
Yeah, I was just scratching my head when you said that. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me either. I don't know the reasoning, but I'm sure there's maybe a little bit of science behind it, or I would guess.
We hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
So 1-1 count to Swap as he stands in on the right side with 2 on and no outs here in the top of the third. Juab leading 2-0. There's the 1-1 from Hansen. Swung on. High fly ball to left center field. Bowles is going back. That one's going to get down for a base hit. Cut off in left by Coombs. And the throw in is going to be to a home. There's no one covering first base. So they don't have a chance to go get Swap there as he ends up with a single. He was standing on second base.
He was, yeah.
But waiting at third was Allred. He had gotten the stop sign. He waited to see if that ball landed, so wasn't able to score. And the other 2 runners had to hurry and retreat back to their bags. But the base is now loaded for North Sanpete with no outs.
Yeah, Coach Hadley, he was holding up. He was wanting Allred to tag up on that, and he did. Got to third, but that was a well-hit ball right there by Swap. And, we got a coach going out the mound. But, yeah, well-hit ball and advances the runners one base. But Cowan was out there to take the relay throw, and there was nobody at first base, which made it easy for Swap to get back to first base. But he literally was on second base.
Yeah.
There was 2 guys there when that ball came in from Park into the infield.
Yeah, because Cowan was backing up a potential play. It made it so that no one was at first base to have a chance to throw him out as he retreated back 90 feet. Pitching coach went out to visit with Juab. Now Coach Park wants to know what they said, and it looks like Coach Park's going to say, now let's go ahead and make the change.
Yeah, just wanted to get Buchanan a few more pitches to get warm down there. Just a little bit of gamesmanship right here, what you do in baseball. And
Coach Park told Moras to go take the gear off, which means we'll see Hansen put the gear on. And so Landon Buchanan, it looks like, will be coming out of the bullpen. So with the bases loaded and no outs here in the top of the third, Juab leading North Sanpete 2-0. But the Hawks threatening here in this elimination game of the 3A Baseball State Tournament. We'll take the break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports. Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or JorgChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after-deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Mason Machinery has MacDon's M1240 windrower that offers cab features to keep operators safe, comfortable, and productive all day long, including Ultra Glide cab suspension, a high-back multi-adjustable air ride seat, Bluetooth radio, warning beacons, and a fully adjustable steering column. The deluxe option takes it further with heated vented leather seating, power mirrors, and a 360-degree night vision to keep you cutting along after the sun sets. The M1240 is the next level of harvesting performance. Ask Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora about an M1240 for your operation.
Your home for high school sports.
KSBC.
We're back here at Cape Field at Salt Lake Community College as the Juab Wasps have made a pitching change, leading 2-0 here in the top of the third. But the North Sanpete Hawks have the bases loaded with no outs. And Landon Buchanan now on the mound for Juab. He pitched really well yesterday in relief against Union. And he comes back out today now. He threw 25 pitches yesterday, which means he can only throw 50 here today, as we mentioned earlier. And so that's the max that he can go in this one. And the first batter he'll face will be the cleanup hitter for North Sanpete, Bryson Perry.
Yeah, and Bryson Perry, he's his first at bat, he was walked, so he's been on base. But coach was talking to him while Buchanan was warming up and let him know he's in a big spot and we need you right here.
And on the right side is Perry. First pitch from Buchanan, called strike one. They are playing the corners in on the grass to cut the runoff at home, but the middle infield playing double play depth for Juab. So if they get one to the middle, they're conceding a run. They're leading 2-0. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Curveball. Drops on the inside edge for a called strike two and an 0-2 count.
Well, good pitch right there by Buchanan. That had a lot of break on it.
So no balls, 2 strikes. Runners take their lead, not being held on. Here's the 0-2. Nope, they're going to throw to second. And the throw was high. Otherwise, they had him as Park applies the tag.
They definitely would have had him right there. If that throw would have been down 12 inches, they would have had him.
Yeah. Runners again take their lead.
They do a good job with all their pitchers and their shortstop out there. They do a good job with that timing play because they are close on it every time.
0-2 pitch, swung on, ground ball to the right side, filtered by Morostica, throw to second in time, throw to first is in time! The 4-6-3 RBI double play ground out hit into by Bryson Perry. The Hawks, though, are on the board as Allred scores from third, but 2 outs now in the inning with a runner on third.
That's a great play right there by the middle infielders to turn that double play. Good hard throw from Park to get that runner at first base.
So 2 outs in the inning. At the plate now for the Hawks is Maddox Bailey. He watches strike one go by.
I love watching the double play.
That's the best. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Buchanan. Swung on and foul ball to the left side, out of play for strike two, 0-2 count.
With 2 outs, you still have the tying run on third base right here. And
yes, you do.
And base hit will tie this game up.
No balls, 2 strikes. Buchanan sets the 0-2. Swung on, ground ball to the left side. Park goes over, backhand stab. Throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the 3rd out of the inning. But the Hawks are on the board. They get 1 run on 2 hits in the inning. No errors committed by Juab and 1 runner left on base through 2.5 innings of play. It's Juab 2, North Sanpete 1 in the 3A Baseball State Tournament on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
It's never too early or too late to be thankful for new carpet or flooring. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring has a huge inventory and the service to back it up. Just come in and pick it out, and Shepherd's does the rest. Shepherd's Carpet and Flooring will help you get rid of those old carpets and flooring and replace them with new stain-resistant carpets or luxury vinyl planks. Shop 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Thursday, Friday 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Check out Shepherd's at 410 North Main in Richfield, and the deal's done.
This is Mark Huntsman, President and CEO of Sunrise Engineering. Thank you to our clients and employees at Sunrise for the opportunity to work together to accomplish many great things. When you think of an engineering company, roads and water systems may come first to your mind. At Sunrise, we're in the people business. The people at Sunrise work hard to create solutions that work and relationships that last for the people of our communities. To become part of the Sunrise team or to learn more about our professional services, visit us at sunrise-eng.com.
Complete coverage of local high school sports on
KSVC. We're back here at Salt Lake Community College. A bunt attempt on the first pitch that Bryce Bowles sees. And it took a minute for the umpires to call that foul. I paused there because he immediately bunted it down the third base line, and the third baseman swept it up, but we didn't see the call from the officials, but they do end up calling a foul ball on that bunt attempt by Bryce Bowles for strike one.
Yeah, from up at our vantage point, you could tell it was definitely in foul territory, and they wanted to make sure that it stayed foul, because if that was a fair bunt, he's running that out. That's going to be a bunt for a hit, or a bunt for a base hit.
Does watch strike two, so an 0-2 count to Bowles. Next pitch, misses low for ball one. So top of the order for Juab coming up as they lead North Sanpete 2-1. Bryce Bowles, followed by Austin Park, then Connor Cowan. If they get to the fourth batter, the cleanup hitter is Kai Hansen. Andy Allred on the mound for North Sanpete. 1-2 pitch, swung on, ground ball to the right side, fielded by Blackham at first, and he'll step on the bag for out number one. So Bryce Bowles with back-to-back groundouts to the first baseman for the first out of an inning.
Yeah, and the last inning when that happened, we had back-to-back home runs by Austin Park and Connor Cowan. We'll see how it plays out this inning.
Yeah, their hits were almost identical.
Yeah.
In the first inning to give Juab the 2-0 lead at the time. They still lead 2-1 now as Park stands in on the right side. Allred out of the windup. First pitch. Misses high and tight. Ball one.
Well, I'm sure the coach is saying, hey, don't give him anything. He can get the barrel. He can barrel up right now. Maybe don't intentionally walk him, but pitch around him.
1-0 pitch, swung on, hard hit line drive, foul down the third base line for strike one.
Got a little bit fortunate right there. That's a hard hit ball down the left field line. Probably would have definitely got a double out of that.
So a 1-1 count to Park as he stands back in. Center fielder drifting over further after that pitch. 1-1 misses high and away for ball two.
Starting to see some of the Union ball players come into the field. There's Coach Labrum, and going to come see what's going on here.
Here's the 2-1 pitch from Allred to Park. That one's in there for a called strike two. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a good place for Allred to put that pitch down low. Not a lot you can do with that, and hope for a ground ball out.
So a 2-2 count. Park back in on the right side. The pitch from Allred. Swung on. Another hard hit ball foul down the left field line. As Park stays alive.
Stays alive. Might have got away with one right there because he kept that one up in the zone. And Park just a little bit ahead of that pitch.
Back in on the right side as Allred works out of the windup. 2-2. Swung on, chopping ground ball to the left side. Perry fields it at shortstop. Throw to first is not in time as Park beats out the throw for an infield single.
You know, Park's faster than maybe we thought, but yeah, he ran that one out because that Perry fielded that cleanly and came up with the throw, but just not in time.
Perry has a little bit of an unorthodox throwing motion, which takes a little bit longer to get that ball out.
Yeah, that's true.
That brings Connor Cowan to the plate with 1 out and 1 on. Not much of a lead for Park at first base. First pitch nearly hits Cowan as he slides out of the way for ball 1. You and I are both coaching young baseball teams right now too, Corey, as Park again takes the lead here. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Cowan. It's going to miss outside for ball 2. You saw Cowan slide back. I don't know at what age they realize you got to slide back instead of running away from the ball towards the catcher.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
the ball's still coming when you run that direction.
It is.
Throw over to first, not in time as Park steps back safely. I've seen several 9-year-olds this year get hit by balls because they run towards the catcher as opposed to backing up. Next pitch is swung on, hard hit line drive into left center field by Cowan. That one's going to split the gap and roll all the way to the wall. Park will come around third. He's on his way to score. Cowan being waved to third, and he will slide in safely with an RBI triple to left center field. 3-1 Juab.
Tell you what, that thing was smoked right out there to the gap, and Cowan did a good job. He just got on his horse and got to third base. He was not going to be satisfied with the double.
So Cowan with a home run and a triple now in the game, a pair of RBIs. That brings Kai Hansen to the plate. Austin Bark and Connor Cowan have done all the damage.
Cowan's halfway home to a cycle right now, and he's got
the
hardest one out of the way
Yeah.
right there. That triple.
Kai Hansen to the plate now. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. You don't see a lot of triples to left center.
No. Yeah, he got out of the box quick, and he just ran hard all the way.
1-0 pitch. Swung on. High fly ball into center field. Going back is Bailey. Settles underneath it. Makes the catch. Cowan will tag. He will come in to score to make it now 4-1 on the RBI fly out by Kai Hansen. And Juab back to a 3-run lead now. Sacrifice fly for the second out of the inning. Brings Jimmy Larson to the plate.
And you're just looking for a little bit of breathing room if you're Coach Park right now, and you're starting to get it. The hitters looks like they're starting to get their timing down and barrel the ball up right here.
Curveball drops in on the inside corner for Larson for strike 1. Larson's 0 for 1 in the game. He struck out to end the first inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch from Allred. Another curveball. That one drops off low and away for ball 1. So a 1-1 count.
Larson's 0 for 1 in the game. He struck out in his last at bat.
1-1. This is low. Ball 2.
Perry is kind of looking to see where he missed there. Just looked like a little bit outside to me and a little bit low.
Base is empty now for Juab with 2 outs. 2 runs across. That one misses low and away for ball 3, and a hitter's count now for Larson. He stands back in on the right side. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Curveball swung on. Chopper to the left side. Fielded at third by Williams. The throw to first is offline, and Blackham tries to apply the tag down the line. Can't do it. Larson is safe on the errant throw. So an E5 allows Jimmy Larson to reach base with 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
Tell you what, Blackham did a good job coming down the line, getting that ball, and that was a really quick swipe, but Larson was behind him, too far past him for him to apply the tag.
So it brings Garrett Hofer to the plate now for Juab. He stands in on the right side. First pitch misses outside for ball 1. Hofer's 1 for 1 with a high pop-up double last inning. Ended up getting stranded at third base. The 1-0 from Allred. Misses inside for ball 2, and a hitter's count now for Hofer.
Starting to see some momentum right here from Juab as they've, got three guys on base in a row.
2-0 pitch, swung on, chopper to the left side is a foul for strike 1 and a 2-1 count.
Excuse me, that's 3 out of 4 in a row. Had that sac fly.
Yes. Larson takes about a step and a half lead at first base. 2-1 count to Hofer as Larson extends it. 2-1 pitch, misses high and away. Throw down to first, not in time. And a 3-1 hitters count now for Garrett Hofer. Little shift in the defense. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Thought about it, held off, and it drops off low and away for ball 4. So Hofer will draw the base on balls. And that puts 2 on with 2 outs now for Juab here in the bottom of the third with Kenyon Mattinson coming to the plate.
That's the first log by Andy already, at least I can see.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Done a good job on the mound.
All right out of the stretch. First pitch to Mattinson. That one drops off low again for ball 1. Mattinson's 0 for 1. He grounded out to the shortstop last inning. Runners take their lead. There's the 1-0 pitch. Stays low for ball 2.
It looks like Buchanan's on deck. He's going to hit in place of Halverson. That's who he came in for.
Yep. Hitters count here for Mattinson. 2-0 pitch. That one will miss low and away. Ball 3. Here's the 3-0. That one's on the inside edge. Costello, though, missed the ball, and it kicks away, allowing both runners to move up on the pass ball. Called strike 1 to Mattinson. So 3-1 hitters count for Mattinson with 2 outs and 2 on. The pitch from Allred. Swung on. Ground ball to the left side. Perry charges, fields it. Throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the 3rd out of the inning. But Juab adds to their lead as they get 2 runs in the inning. They do so on 2 hits in the inning. 1 error committed by North Sanpete in the process. And 2 runners left on base. Through 3 innings of play, it's Juab 4, North Sanpete 1 in the 3A Baseball State Tournament on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Hi, I'm Barrett Hilton with TeamHive.live, where we've created a locally run video streaming platform for Utah schools. On our website, you're not going to wade through a bunch of unrelated content. You bring up TeamHive.live and you're just going to find a lot of high school sports and events. We've created tools that make it super easy for you to create events and stream to our site. And if you ever need help with anything, you can give me a call. So I want to invite your school to join the team. If you're a Utah high school, you can stream live on TeamHive. That's TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom.
I'm Dr. Brandon Beck, and I'm one of the general surgeons at Central Valley Medical Center. One of the best parts of my job as a general surgeon is to interact with a wide variety of people. And many of those people have experienced chronic conditions or painful things for many years. And there is nothing better than helping them to work through those conditions and to have an improved quality of life. I'm happy to be back in Utah at Central Valley Medical Center serving the people in our community.
SVC.
And we're back here at Kate Field on the campus of Salt Lake Community College as we go to the top of the 4th inning with Juab leading North Sanpete 4-1 in this elimination game of the 3A Baseball State Tournament. And the Hawks will bring the 6, 7, and 8 batters to the plate this inning. Wyatt Williams, Aaron Costello, and Hudson Smith. If they get to the 4th batter, that'll be Preston Madsen for North Sanpete. And Landon Buchanan on the mound for Juab has a quick 1-1 count on Williams. First pitch was on the outside edge for a called strike. That curveball looked like it might have dropped in, but must have just missed inside for ball 1.
Yeah, I like the way Buchanan approaches these hitters with his off-speed pitch. He starts them inside on them, and it's come back across the plate.
Ground ball to the left side. Hofer took a swing at it at third base and kicked off his glove into left field. So safe at first is Wyatt Williams as he reaches on the infield hit.
Yeah, kicked off Hofer's glove. Austin Park was going to back it up, and the way it kicked off Park, when he gave effort as well, but just couldn't trail that ground ball.
So a leadoff single for Wyatt Williams. That brings Aaron Costello to the plate. He stands it on the left side. First pitch from Buchanan. Swung on. High pop up into center field. Coming in is Bowles, and he will make the play for out number 1. So an F8 for Costello. Flat to center field for the 1st out of the inning.
First pitch swinging right there, and just got a little bit under that ball, and that makes it an easy out right there for Bowles.
So that brings to the plate Hudson Smith now for North Sanpete. He stands in on the left side with 1 on and 1 out. First pitch drops off in the turf, ball 1.
Hudson Smith in his last at bat, he's 0 for 1, but in his last at bat he hit a pretty hard shot down the line, but Cowan was there to record that out, but he hit the ball well.
It's the 1-0 pitch. We'll stay outside for ball 2, so a 2-0 hitter's count now for Smith. Takes a sign from Coach Hadley deep down the third base line. Williams takes a lead at first, about a 2-step lead. 2-0 pitch. Stays outside for ball 3. So a 3-0 count. Buchanan out of the stretch, 3-0 pitch. That one caught the outside edge for old automatic, strike 1.
Yeah, good pitch right there on the outside corner of the plate.
Hitters count, though, for Smith as he stands back in on the left side. Again, Williams at first base takes the lead with 1 out and 1 on. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Swinging a foul tip back to the screen, strike 2. Full count.
Umpire's checking over that ball to make sure it's okay. He's going to get a handful of balls there.
Counts full for Hudson Smith. He'll stand back in on the left side. Wyatt Williams at first for the Hawks. Juab leading 4-1 here in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the payoff pitch from Buchanan. Swung on, high fly ball down the right field line. Lands just foul, about a foot foul for Hudson Smith to stay alive.
Yeah, well hit ball right there. Just carries foul, but Smith, he's making some good swings on these pitches.
Yeah. Preston Madsen stands on deck. It's a winner-go-home game for these two Region 12 teams. Again, Buchanan sets. And again, the payoff pitch. In there for a called strike 3 at the bottom part of the zone as Smith will go down looking for the second out of the inning. First strikeout of the game for Landon Buchanan.
Good pitch right there. Just come back and on the inside corner of the plate. And that's a really good pitch right there by Buchanan to get that strikeout.
So that brings Preston Madsen to the plate now with 2 outs and 1 on. Buchanan going to throw to first, not in time as Williams dives back safely. Williams does have 8 stolen bases on the year. Templars now making their way into the ballpark. Manti and Union square off next here at Salt Lake Community College. It's a 4 o'clock first pitch in that one. Here's the first pitch now to Madsen. Ground ball to left side, backhanded by Park at short. Throw to first is in time for the 6-3 ground out and the third out of the inning. As the North Sanpete gets a runner on, but they do not score. No runs on 1 hit. No errors committed by Juab, and 1 runner left on base through 3.5 for halfway home. It's Juab 4, North Sanpete 1 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Grow everything better with Azomite mineral products. Azomite is used internationally as a soil additive and organic fertilizer for lawns, gardens, and field crops in more than 50 countries around the world. Their Feed Grid product, used as a feed ingredient for livestock, is gaining popularity because research shows a potential to improve overall animal health. Azomite can be found at your IFA country stores, Steve Reagan stores, or at azomite.com. For more information, visit them on Facebook, Twitter, or at azomite.com. That's azomite.com.
In life, we all need a strong support team, in sports and in day-to-day life. We have a trusted, strong support team at Intermountain Sanpete Valley Hospital. For up-to-date healthcare tips and guidelines, join our Facebook page and go to our website. From our physicians to our nursing staff, our technicians, and other specialized healthcare professionals, our team is ready to provide the best quality care for our friends, neighbors, and local athletes in Sanpete County. Intermountain Sanpete Valley Hospital, keeping quality healthcare close to home.
Getting the kids to practice on time. remembering if it's your day to bring snacks, making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Go Insurance in Mount Pleasant if auto owners make sense for you. Call 462-3333 or visit goinsuranceutah.com.
Your source for high school sports.
KSBC.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College as we go to the bottom of the fourth inning. Juab leading North Sanpete 4-1. And the Wasps will bring the 8, 9, and 1 batters to the plate this inning. That's Landon Buchanan, followed by Luke Morostica and Bryce Bowles. If they get to the fourth batter, that is Austin Park. And he all right on the mound for North Sanpete. First pitch was fouled off by Buchanan. Next pitch, curveball, stays up for ball 1. So a quick 1-1 count to Buchanan. Next pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, big swing over that breaking ball, and Buchanan was definitely fooled on that pitch.
So a 1-2 count. Next pitch from Allred. Stays just low. Costello was ready to throw it down to third.
He wanted it. He wanted to throw that around, and he was trying to sell it. It was pretty close for 2 strikes.
2-2 count. Allred out of the windup. Pitch to Buchanan. Curveball swung on. High fly ball to left field. Swap is there and will make the play for out number 1. So an F7 for Landon Buchanan. Fly out to left for the first out of the inning. Brings Luke Morostica to the plate now for the Wasps.
Morostica, he is 0 for 1 in the game. Lined out to the shortstop in his last at bat.
He stands it on the left side. First pitch. This is low and in, ball 1.
Once again, third baseman, he's coming way in on the grass right here.
Here's the 1-0. That one stays upstairs for ball 2, so a hitter's count for Morostica. Andy Allred was at 60 pitches coming into this inning, threw 5 against Buchanan, so that's 67 now. 2-0 pitch. That one caught the inside edge for a called strike 1 and a 2-1 count to Morostica. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Good off speed right there. Got Morostica to chase on that.
Yeah, kind of just waved at that one.
Yeah.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Curveball swung on and chopped foul to the right side as he battles to stay alive.
Blackham over there at first base, he showed a lot of hustle on that foul ball.
He plays a good first.
He does. He's done a great job over there. Seen him dig a couple balls.
Had a great catch yesterday.
Yeah.
Down the right field line.
Yes, he did.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Swung on and hit foul sharply to the left side. Seventh pitch of the at-bat coming now to Morostica.
That's a really good at-bat for Morostica.
The 2-2. That curveball stays up and away for ball 3 and a full count. So here's the 3-2 payoff pitch from Allred. That curveball stays way out for ball 4, and Morostica will draw the 1-out base on balls, bringing Bryce Bowles to the plate.
Bowles, he's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to first base, and his 2 previous at-bats, he's trying to get going. His coach needs him to get some rhythm right here.
He squared the bunt, pulled it back, watched ball 1 go by high and away. The 1-0 pitch misses outside for ball 2. So last couple of batters, Allred's been missing high and away to the left-handed batters.
And, you know, there's times when the coach is calling for a bunt to move a guy around, but with Bowles, you know, he can run one out. He can leg out a bunt, so he might just be looking to bunt for a base hit just to try to get something going.
Yeah. Fouls that one off on a bunt attempt to the left side for strike 1, so a 2-1 count to Bowles. Takes a sign from Coach Park, as does Marostica at first. Bowles back in. 1 out, 1 on. 2-1 pitch. Misses high and away for ball 3, and the hitter's count now for Bowles, who did not square to bunt on that one.
No, and Marostica at first base, he's staying pretty close to bag. He barely has a one. Now there you go. There's a bigger lead, but
high fly ball to right center field. Bailey there, and it will be Andy Bailey who makes the catch in center field for out number 2 and F8 for Bryce Bowles for the second out of the inning. And that'll bring Austin Park to the plate now with 1 on and 2 outs.
So Park right now, he's 2 for 2. Has a home run in the infield hit. Scored twice and has an RBI.
He stands it on the right side here. As Allred works from the stretch. First pitch to Park. Right down the middle, strike 1.
Got away with one there.
Yeah, Park's not afraid to swing early.
No, that might be his first at bat in this state tournament that he hasn't swung at the first pitch.
The 0-1. That one drops off low for ball 1. So a 1-1 count. A swap is basically standing on the warning track and left.
Yeah, he is.
Bailey in center field, though, he's playing deeper than he does on some, but still pretty shallow. So is the right fielder, Maddox Bailey. 1-1 pitch on the inside half, called strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Park with 1 on and 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning. 4-1 Juab leads. Allred takes the sign from Costello. Checks Marostica at first. There's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Park will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. And 4th strikeout of the game for Andy Allred, a big one there, as Juab threatens, but they do not score. No runs on, no hits, no errors by North Sanpete, and 1 runner left on base through 4 innings of play. It is Juab 4, North Sanpete 1 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Honey's Marketplace invites you to experience their refreshing variety and signature items. Honey's Marketplace features a wide selection of camping supplies, a garden nursery, and fresh floral department. Experience fresh-baked artisan breads and pastries in their bakery, and sushi made fresh every day. Get all this with hometown service you deserve. Fresh, friendly, and close to home. Honey's Marketplace, 260 East, 300 South in Kanab.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit ipautah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded in 1982 with a simple mission: to shape the quality of life where we live, work, and play. We are proud to serve by providing clean water, increasing access to nature and recreation, protecting homes from flooding, designing safe wastewater systems, and connecting our communities. It is our goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Live high school sports action on
KSVC.
First pitch swinging is red, ground ball back up the middle, fielded by Buchanan off the mound, and the throw to first is in time for the 1-3 ground out as the top of the order coming to the plate this inning for the Hawks. Andy Allred will now be followed by Andy Bailey. Then Bryce Swap. If they get to the 4th batter, the North Sanpete cleanup hitter is Bryson Perry. 1 out, though, quickly on that one, as Landon Buchanan still on the mound for Juab. And now on the left side, he'll face Andy Bailey. First pitch from Buchanan. On the outside edge, strike 1.
Doing a good job getting ahead of the hitters is Buchanan.
He's been pretty efficient so far. He's pitched 2 innings and just 18 pitches in those 2 innings. There's the 0-1 pitch, foul tip, strike 2.
Yeah, he's not trying to do anything too fancy, just trying to get the ball over the plate and rely on his defense and And his defense has not let him down since he's been on the mound for sure.
There's the 0-2 delivery. That curveball way outside for ball one. And, I'm sure that he was told, we need you to be efficient. You only have 50 pitches.
Yeah.
So that you can throw today.
Absolutely. That last breaking ball, he still starts that in the right-hand batter's box.
Called strike three there on the outside edge as Bailey will go down looking for the second out of the inning and the second strikeout of the game for Landon Buchanan. Both of his Ks have been looking.
Yep.
That'll bring Bryce Swap to the plate. He's got the hottest bat in the North Sanpete lineup. So he stands in on the right side. First pitch, curveball, stays upstairs.
And as Swap comes into the plate, Bryce Bowles, he moves over to left center field and leaves a big gap out there in right center field.
It's the 1-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss, strike one.
Yeah, big chopping swing right there by Swap. And I think if he had hit that, he drove that. Might have been a hard line drive or something hard into the ground, but almost like chopping wood.
1-1, swung on, fly ball into center field. Park going back will make the play for out number 3. So it'll be a P6 for Swap. Pop up to the shortstop for the third out of the inning as Buchanan sits them down in order. 1, 2, 3 they go. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base through 4.5 innings of play. It's Juab 4, North Sanpete 1 at the 3A Baseball State Tournament on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
One of the best tickets in town will always be activities at our local schools. Athletic events, concerts, and plays. You can always count on an enjoyable time. Our children are the future. Let's give them all the encouragement we can. Go to a game, hear a concert, see a play. Utah Heritage Credit Union. Together we grow. Federally insured by NCUA. Online at utahheritagecu.org.
Barrett's Foodtown has been your hometown grocer since 1935, earning your business every day with its fast, friendly, and convenient services. Barrett's meat department is second to none. You don't have to call someone out of the back room to get that special cut of meat you desire and deserve. You don't have to play card games or put up with troublesome gimmicks. You save money every time you shop Barrett's Foodtown. Barrett's Foodtown supports local schools and sporting events. Shop Barrett's Foodtown in Salina or click on barrettsfoodtown.com or follow Barrett's on Facebook.
This is Central Utah's sports leader,
KSVC.
Back at Cape Field on the campus of Salt Lake Community College as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning with Juab leading North Sanpete 4-1 in this 3A state baseball elimination game. And Juab brings the 3, 4, and 5 batters to the plate this inning. Connor Cowan, Kai Hansen, and Jimmy Larson. If they get to the 4th batter, that'll be Garrett Hofer. Andy Allred on the mound for North Sanpete. Cowan fouls back the first pitch, out of play for strike one.
Yeah, and then Allred right now is probably facing the hottest hitter for either team this game and see if he can keep his goal to hit for the cycle going right here.
Maybe it's his goal, but it's our goal for him.
Yeah, I've never seen it in a high school game, so I think it'd be cool.
Watches ball one go by, so a 1-1 count. That one catches the outside edge for strike 2 and a 1-2 count now to Cowan. We talk about that cycle because he had a home run in his first at-bat, triple in his second at-bat. There's the 1-2 from Allred. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Cowan will go down swinging for the first out of the inning. 5th strikeout of the game for Andy Allred. As back-to-back batters he faces, one in each inning, he strikes out the 2 hitters that have cost him everything in this game, Austin Park and Connor Cowan.
Gosh, I feel bad that sometimes you jinx people. Shouldn't say stuff like that.
Nah, we don't believe in that.
Oh.
Kai Hansen, first pitch swinging, fly ball into right field. Coming in is Maddox Bailey on a run and makes the play with a basket catch for out number 2.
Good play out there by Bailey. He ran a long way to get to that and made a great play in right field for out number 2.
That's one where you don't know how much it's being blown back in, but it looked like it was going to get out there further. That might have been an easier play for Madsen at second base to get to, but Maddox Bailey did a great job coming in on that one.
Yeah, he ran a long way to get that ball.
Jimmy Larson, first pitch swinging, chops one to the left side, and it will kick foul. He was grateful for that because he stood there and watched it for a long time before deciding he needed to run.
Yeah, I don't know if he thought that. I don't know if he was waiting for the umpire to call a dead ball, like it hit him or what, but he didn't get out of the box very fast.
So 0-1 count. 2 outs, nobody on base. All right out of the windup. 0-1 pitch. Curveball swung on. That'll be fouled back out of play for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. That one landed on top of the booth here.
Yeah, we can hear those ones hit.
Larson back in on the right side. 2 outs, nobody on base. Here's the 0-2 delivery from Allred. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Larson will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. 6th strikeout of the game for Andy Allred as he sits him down in order. 1, 2, 3 they go. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no runners left on base. Through 5 innings of play, Juab 4, North Sanpete 1 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
It all starts with a Chevy truck. Chevy Silverado with the Turbo Max engine and best-in-class standard torque. And Chevy Silverado HD with up to 14 available camera views. Do more in a Chevy truck. Get yours now.
Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. See your Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers.
Expecting a bundle of joy? Beaver Valley Hospital's new maternity wing is your local haven for life's special deliveries. Combining cozy comfort with top-tier technology, they bring big city medical excellence to the heart of Beaver with that small-town touch Beaver Valley Hospital is known for. Their full-service community hospital is your health partner from inpatient care, emergency, surgical, maternity, physical therapy, home health, and hospice. Beaver Valley Hospital is proud to support Beaver High School.
DPCurtis.com.
You're listening to exciting high school sports action on
KSVC.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College as we go to the top of the 6th inning. Juab leading North Sanpete 4-1 in this elimination baseball game, the 3A state tournament. North Sanpete brings their 4, 5, and 6 batters to the plate this inning with Bryson Perry, Maddox Bailey, and Wyatt Williams. If they get to the 4th batter, that will be Aaron Costello. Landon Buchanan on the mound for Juab has an early 1-1 count on Perry. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Buchanan's got that curveball is really fooling these North Sanpete Hawks hitters. It's really been effective.
So a 1-2 count as Perry stands back in on the right side. Buchanan works out of the windup, the 1-2. Thought about it, held off on that curveball as it misses outside for ball 2. Perry's 0 for 1 in the game. He walked in the 1st inning, then hit into a 4-6-3 double play in the 3rd inning. An RBI double play. 2-2 pitch, swung on and smoked into left field with a line drive. It'll be picked up there by Trayson Coombs as Bryson Perry leads the inning off with a single for the Hawks.
Good hit right there by Perry to get the leadoff runner on base. Or leadoff hitter this inning on base.
So it'll bring Maddox Bailey to the plate now for North Sanpete. He stands it on the left side. First pitch from Buchanan. Runner goes. Ground ball to the right side. Charging is Morostica at second. Has only a play at first, and he gets the out. A 4-3 ground out for Maddox Bailey for out number 1, but Bryson Perry moves into scoring position on the play.
Yeah, he was moving on that. Probably still slow enough that they wouldn't have been able to turn a double play on that, but definitely was able to get to second base easy on that hit that was behind him.
So it brings Wyatt Williams to the plate with 1 out and 1 on. Buchanan checks the runner at second. First pitch to Williams. That one's in there for a called strike 1. Williams is 1 for 2 in the game. He struck out to end the 1st inning, then had a single through the 5-6 hole to lead off the 4th inning.
Good lead out there second.
The 0-1 pitch swung on and popped foul to the right side.
Good catch right there by off the net by whoever that was in the coaching staff.
For North Sanpete.
Yeah, great catch.
So an 0-2 count. Williams back in on the right side. 1 out and 1 on here in the top of the 6th. Juab leading 4-1.
See if we got a play right here at second base. Looks like it, yep.
Throw to second's a little bit offline.
I'm starting to pay a little bit of attention to what's going on out there. And saw something that made it look like they were going to do that, and they did.
I think Austin Park gives the sign to the he gives the sign up there at shortstop to the catcher Kai Hansen, and then relays the sign to Landon Buchanan.
Yep.
There's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back to the screen as Williams battles. Park goes with the traditional signs. He doesn't shout out a number.
No. Yeah, you like that. It's a little more discreet.
Count remains 0-2. Buchanan sets. He's going to turn and throw to second. That one was way offline. Park had to come across the bag to save it from going into center field.
Yeah, he did a good job catching that ball.
It was a little slower turn by Buchanan that time. Didn't have quite the quick move on that one. Count remains 0-2 here. Next pitch to Williams. Swung on and he fouls that one back out of play towards 90th South.
Good job, Williams, staying in there on that breaking ball. That looked like it fooled him early, but he stayed in there and fouls that one off to see another pitch.
And the count remains 0-2. This will be the fifth pitch of the at-bat. As Bryson Perry takes the lead at second for the Hawks. One out here in the top of the sixth. 4-1, Juab leads. The 0-2 pitch. This is outside, right where Hansen was set up.
Yeah.
He was set up all the way in the other's batter's box. One, two count again. Bowles playing a shade into left center. There's the 1-2. That one's way outside for ball two. Almost the same spot, but this time Hansen wasn't out there as far.
Yeah, those last two misses, they've been in the left-hand batter's box.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good at bat for Williams. This will be pitch number 7. The 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Williams will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. Third strikeout of the game for Landon Buchanan.
And Hansen gives a fist pump right there to Buchanan, says, hey, that's where I want it, and you got it.
So that'll bring Aaron Costello to the plate, hitting from the left side. He stands in for the Hawks. First pitch, swinging high, fly ball down the right field line, drifting foul, and it will get out of play into the batting cages for strike 1. Long, loud, strike 1. He's put a charge into a couple down that line.
He has, yeah. He is a pull hitter, man. Everything has been hard down that right field line.
He's just gotten under everything. Hasn't been able to hit it on a line.
Yeah. Other than his first at bat, he hit a hard ground ball to first base, but other than that.
No,
sorry. I'm talking right.
He flew out to center field
yeah,
twice.
Sorry. I'm thinking of the wrong hitter.
Yep. There's the 0-1 from Buchanan. On the outside edge, strike 2.
Comes that good off-speed pitch right there again by Buchanan, catching the outside part of the plate.
There's the 0-2 pitch. Just misses outside for ball 1. I think you're thinking of Hudson Smith. He's standing up and on deck.
That's exactly what I'm thinking of. So, yeah, I apologize to our listeners.
Costello back in. 1-2 count with 2 outs. Runner on second. The pitch from Buchanan. Curveball stays outside for ball 2. So deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. Juab leading 4-1. Top of the 6th inning. This 3A elimination game.
Hansen, those last 2 pitches he set up way outside. He's doing it again here.
2-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and Costello will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning. 4th strikeout of the game for Landon Buchanan as the Hawks threaten, but they do not score. No runs on 1 hit, no errors committed by Juab, and 1 runner left on base through 5.5. It's Juab 4, North Sanpete 1 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
Are you feeling overwhelmed, anxious, or struggling to cope with life's challenges? You're not alone. Finding the right support is the first step towards healing and wellness. Ryan Eddins, a licensed clinical social worker at Gunnison Valley Hospital's Family Practice and Wellness, is a trusted mental health professional who uses a variety of psychotherapy treatments, including EMDR, to help his patients take charge of their mental health and start living a more fulfilling life. Call Ryan Eddins at 435-528-2222 to schedule your appointment today.
Your home, life, and auto insurance deserve a winning team. Farmers Insurance Dan Cranny Agency introduces the newest member of the team, Gabe Cranny. Yep, it's now a doubleheader. But who needs insurance? If you own a home, farm, ranch, business, or have a spouse, children, or livestock, you need insurance. Get peace of mind with a winning team to make sure home sweet home stays that way. Call Dan or Gabe Cranny at Farmers Insurance in Richfield, 435-896-5453, 896-5453. America can depend on farmers.
Jones & DeMille Engineering was founded with a simple mission to shape the quality of life with a professional, personalized touch. As a full-service civil engineering firm, they are committed to providing value beyond the project. It is their goal to create a place where people want to live, work, and enjoy life. Serving our local communities is something they are proud of, and it has been their privilege to do so for the past 40 years. Jones & DeMille Engineering, shaping the quality of life.
Life's hard. Don't make it harder. Shop the Jorgensen Automotive Group. The Jorgensen Auto Group bursts the bubble of the big city car deals. Jorgensen Ford Richfield, Jorgensen Chevrolet Ephraim, dealing experiences that fit your lifestyle and budget. You can even shop from the seat of your britches at both Jorgensen dealerships. Sit down or pull over and click on JorgFord.com or JorgChev.com. Start your lifestyle story free of the after-deal remorse you often get in the big city. Enjoy the experience at the Jorgensen Automotive Group.
Your connection for high school sports.
KSVC.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College. To the bottom of the 6th inning we go. Everybody ran into the mound on that one. Outfielders and everybody for North Sanpete as they met with Andy Allred. As we go to the bottom half of the 6th, Juab leading North Sanpete 4-1. And the Wasps will bring the 6, 7, and 8 batters to the plate this inning. Garrett Hofer will be followed by Kenyon Mattinson. Then it looks like Derek Jennings will be pinch hitting for Landon Buchanan. First pitch from Allred to Hofer. Misses, blown away for ball 1.
Yeah, right now in Juab's bullpen, you got Marasica warming up right now.
Hofer smokes one through the 5-6 hole. The line drive to left for a leadoff single for Juab, as he has reached base all 3 times today and now has 2 hits.
Yeah, a good hard line drive right into left field.
So Mattinson comes to the plate now for Juab. He stands it on the right side. We had Allred unofficially at 90 pitches coming into this inning. Throw over to first. Not in time. Hofer able to dive back safely, but it was close. Blackman gives him a hug over there.
Yeah. He said, sorry about that hard tag. Good buddy. Pats him on the back.
First pitch to Mattinson. Curveball drops off for ball 1.
Mattinson, he's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to the shortstop in his 2 previous at-bats.
There's the 1-0 pitch. That'll miss blown away for ball 2 and a 2-0 hitter's count for Mattinson. Two-0 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1.
Yeah, he wanted all that one. Just a little bit outside the reach of that bat on the outside part of the plate. For strike 1. So that's strike 2.
Strike 1.
Oh, strike 1, all right.
Throw over to first. Not in time as Hofer again dives back safely. Good move, though, from Allred.
That is a good move. You got Buchanan out there. He's kind of dancing around, and if he can catch him on that as he's leaning towards second base, he might get him.
2-1 pitch. Misses in the turf, and it gets away from Costello. Hofer moves up a bag on the wild pitch. And now a 3-1 hitter's count for Kenyon Mattinson. If it's around the ballpark, around the zone, I think you'll see Mattinson take a big swing again.
Yeah, I agree.
3-1 pitch. That one's way outside for ball 4, so Mattinson will draw the base on balls. 2 on for the Wasps. And pinch hitter Derek Jennings will come to the plate. And Coach Hadley's out of the dugout as well. He's going to go out and visit with Andy Allred. We'll see if he decides to make a change here or not. Enfield comes in with him.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 3-run game right now. And North Sanpete, they've done a good job. Allred's done a great job on the mound. I've been impressed with him today.
Yep.
He's been efficient with his pitches, and he's given his team a chance. And coach is going to leave him out there on the mound and just say, I don't see anybody warming up down there in the bullpen. Well,
They've
not
got
for
some
North Sanpete anyway. Some Union players down there doing some warm-up stretching. Oh, yeah, they got a pinch runner. Just came in.
So they're pinch running for Mattinson. Is that 13?
Yes, 13.
Out there for Juab. So pinch running for Mattinson are the Wasps. Jennings stands in the left side. First pitch swinging, hard hit line drive, foul down the right field line for strike one.
Got his coach's attention down there. The first base coach. That went right over his head.
So Jack Peterson's the base runner at first base for Juab. So he replaced Kenyon Mattinson. Runners take their lead. There's the 0-1 to Jennings. That one misses outside. It goes off the glove of Costello, and both runners will advance on the pass ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. It wasn't like a wild pitch or anything. Just Costello just didn't get out to that one.
There's
Corners are coming in now.
Yeah, whole infield is. 1-1 pitch misses low and in for ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike. We're bottom 6. Juab leading 4-1, looking to add to that lead with 2 on and no outs. Jennings, high fly ball into shallow right. Coming in is Maddox Bailey, makes the catch. Hofer tagging. The throw home is easily in time, but he missed the tag as Hofer slides around the tag and slides in safely. 5-1 Juab.
You know, that was a great throw by Bailey. Castillo just kind of ran up the baseline to get the tag, and Hofer slid early and got underneath that tag.
So it'll be an RBI fly out for Derek Jennings. The Juab leads it now 5-1. Brings Luke Morostica to the plate. Moving to third on the play was Peterson as well. First pitch swinging line drive into right field is down for a base hit. That will score Peterson. It's now 6-1 Juab here in the bottom of the 6th inning.
Real good hit right there by Morosca. He hard line drive out to right center field. Gets his first RBI of the day.
And that'll bring Coach Hadley out of the dugout with the RBI fly out and the single. So a pitching change coming in. Looks like they're going to pull in Bryce Swap from left field. So a pitching change for the Hawks. North Sanpete trails Juab 6-1 here in the bottom of the 6th of this 3A elimination game. We'll take the break for the pitching changes. The Wasps are coming to the top of the order with 1 out and 1 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
For more than 3 decades, the Intermountain Power Project has served as a model of regional energy cooperation, generating and transmitting coal-fueled electricity to a diverse group of municipal utilities and rural electric cooperatives with operations across 6 U.S. states. Now Intermountain Power is expanding its role as a regional energy hub, including utilizing renewable energy resources. Intermountain Power is proud to support and invest in our central Utah communities. Visit IPAUtah.com to learn more about IPP Renewed.
Mason Machinery has MacDon's M1240 windrower that offers cab features to keep operators safe, comfortable, and productive all day long, including Ultra Glide cab suspension, a high-back multi-adjustable air ride seat, Bluetooth radio, warning beacons, and a fully adjustable steering column. The deluxe option takes it further with heated vented leather seating, power mirrors, and a 360-degree night vision to keep you cutting along after the sun sets. The M1240 is the next level of harvesting performance. Ask Mason Machinery in Springville and Aurora about an M1240 for your operation.
Sanpete Steel in Moroni was founded in 1994 and is one of the major steel construction companies in the Intermountain West, specializing in structural steel fabrication and erection. Sanpete Steel's impressive portfolio includes the Hale Theater in Sandy and structures on the campuses of the University of Utah, BYU, and UVU. Sanpete Steel in Moroni, where their motto is done right and on time at 685 East Main in Moroni. Call 800-261-1026, 800-261-1026, or sanpetesteel.com.
Live play-by-play coverage of local high school sports.
KSBC.
Welcome back to Cape Field, Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Corey Sorensen as the Juab Wasps have opened up a 6-1 lead now on North Sanpete here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and they've got a runner on first base with 1 out and a pitching change for the Hawks as Bryce Swap comes in from left field. He'll take over on the mound. Andy Allred replaces him in left. He's getting some comfort from teammates out there in left field. And here's another look at that play at the plate. Those of you watching at teamhive.live as Garrett Hofer on the fly ball by Derek Jennings tags on the low fly ball. And you can see Costello just quite a ways out in front of home plate. And Hofer dove to the back corner and slid to the back corner and slid around the tag.
Yeah, he did, and he just kind of almost ran past him right there.
Yeah.
Coming back in, instead of run to the plate, he ran up the line a little bit.
So 6-1 is your score. Juab leading, and they've got the top of the order coming to the plate. As Andy Allred has his day end after 5 1/3 innings, giving up 6 runs, all of them earned.
I think Andy Allred did a great job on the mound today for the North Sanpete Hawks.
And now it's Bryce Swap that will step on the mound to replace him. And he'll face the top of the Juab order, Bryce Bowles. Hitting from the left side, will bat next for Juab.
Inherits 1 runner right now.
Throw over to first, nearly had him. They did do a pinch runner for Morostica, and I think we saw Coach Park talking to him for a while. It's Trevin Park out there. Morostica's who's going to be pitching next, so they've put him in as the pitcher. So a speed-up runner for Morostica is Trevin Park.
Yeah, and he's out in the bullpen again, continuing to warm up.
First pitch to Bowles, misses low for ball 1. Here's the 1-0 delivery. It's about the same spot, ball 2.
Yeah.
Hitters count for Bowles. He's 0 for 3 in the game. He's grounded out to the first baseman twice and flew out to center field. 2 runs across this inning for Juab. So over to first, not in time as Park steps back safely.
He's not going to get as much as a lead as he had that first time on that first pickoff attempt. He nearly got thrown out at first.
2-0 pitch. That one drops in for a called strike 1 to Bowles and a 2-1 count. Swap came in the Carbon series to secure the victory on Friday. Got a big out in the 6th and pitched the 7th to get the victory for North Sanpete. Now here's the 2-1 pitch. Swung on, foul to the first base side for strike 2.
Swap evens up the count right now with that 2-2 count. Still warming up that arm out there a little bit.
Yeah, Coach Park called time right there. As Trevin Park had stepped awkwardly back to the bag, and Coach Park just wanted to make sure that he was good to go. 2-2, throw over to first, not in time. Nearly had him leaning, but he wasn't too far off the bag, so he kind of just mountain climbs back to the bag.
Yeah, he did.
All 4 extremities on the ground at once. Here's the 2-2 from Swap. Ball in the turf, taken off on the block. Pitch is Park. Throw to second is not in time. Just slid in safely. And he moves into scoring position with a full count now to Bowles.
Heck of a throw right there by Castillo. That ball gets away from him, and he throws a strike right there to second base. And nearly gets Parks, who's come sliding into second base, and just barely beats that throw.
So counts full. 1 out runner on second for the Wasps. Bowles steps in on the left side. Left on left matchup. 3-2 pitch. Bounced about 6 feet in front of the plate. So Bryce Bowles will draw the base on balls. 2 on with 1 out. And Austin Park coming to the plate for Juab.
And you're thinking, what do you do here?
Park is 2 for 3 in the game. Home run, an infield single, and a strikeout. First pitch on the outside half, strike one. Pulled Andy Bailey way over into left center field.
Yeah, and already he's, maybe 5 hard steps off of the warning track out there in left.
0-1 pitch. Kind of an awkward swing and a miss for strike 2. As that one pitch from Swap fooled him for an 0-2 count.
Yeah, good breaking ball right there by Swap to fool Park. That's hard to do.
So no balls, 2 strikes. The 0-2. Swung on and a foul to the right side as Park battles to stay alive.
Just getting out ahead of those a little bit, and it looks like Swap's just trying to throw him some off-speed stuff, try to get him off balance and see if he can't strike him out.
Count remains 0-2. It's a pitch from Swap. That one misses way high and away for ball 1. So a 1-2 count. 1 out and 2 on here for Juab. Bottom 6, 2 across this inning. They lead at 6-1 over North Sanpete. Swap sets. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swung on. High fly ball to left. Allred giving chase into foul territory at the fence, and it hits the fence on the side and ends up being just a loud strike as Park stays alive.
Long, loud strike right there. Allred had room, didn't know where the fence was, thought that was actually going over the fence, and ended up hitting right into the left field fence.
The warning track is also turf, so there's really not you don't
no
feel a
different,
difference
right?
in your steps like you do with going from grass to dirt.
Yeah, you can't. I agree.
So count remains 1-2 for Park. Swap again sets. It's the 1-2 pitch, way high and away, and that one's going to go to the backstop as both runners will move up on the wild pitch into scoring position. 2-2 count now to Park.
Leaves first base open now, and may say, well, maybe walk him, but heck, you got a guy coming up behind him. Kind of choose your medicine.
Yeah.
Why?
Connor Cowan's hitting the ball well in this game. 2-2 count. Infield pulled in on the grass. The pitch from Swap swung on and fouled to the right side, out of play as Park continues to battle. Swap's doing a good job, though, of keeping him off balance.
I was thinking that exact same thing. He hasn't really hit anything hard. He's kind of out on that front foot, and Swap's done a really good job keeping him off balance.
Time called as they now reset. Here's the 2-2. That one misses high and away for ball 3 and a full count.
All the misses have been high and away.
Yeah. So counts full. Here's the 3-2 payoff pitch. Swung on, and again, Park fouls that one back toward 90th South.
Ooh.
Get one?
I don't know, but there are some cars coming that way pretty fast.
9 pitches in this at-bat for Austin Park as he takes a deep breath and stands back in on the right side. 2 runners in scoring position. Swap comes set from the stretch. 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch again. Swing and a ball's in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Picked up. Throw down to first is in time by Costello. They come home with it and get the runner out at home for a double play. And that will end the threat. North Sanpete, they get Park to go down swinging on a drop third strike. Trying to take home was Trevin Park, and he is caught stealing for out number 3. As Juab, though, adds to their lead in the inning at 2 runs on 2 hits in the inning. No errors committed by North Sanpete, and 1 runner left on base. Through 6 innings of play, it is Juab 6, North Sanpete 1 on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.
At UCCU, we'll provide you with a low-rate line of credit that makes it easy to access the equity in your home with no fees or closing costs. Just complete an application on your phone or computer, or stop by any branch.
At CVMC Medical Clinics, our growing team of physicians and advanced providers are shaping what rural healthcare can be. With an array of specialties available in world-class orthopedic medicine, our footprint is always expanding to ensure our personalized approach is reaching as many as possible. Familiar faces and expert knowledge, all of our locations can offer your family full-spectrum care in one place. Available in Nephi, Santaquin, and Fountain Green. CVMC is the place where healthcare is made personal.
My parents know nothing about gaming. I told them we needed Centricom Fiber because it's by far the fastest and most reliable internet speeds.
Hey bud, dinner's ready. Time to turn off the game box.
Alright, this round's almost over.
These days, kids do a lot of their homework online. They talk to their teachers, they receive assignments, and they do research, all from our kitchen table. That's why I chose Centricom Fiber Internet. They have the fastest and most reliable connection, so my kids can stay on top of their schoolwork.
Embark on your journey to radiant skin with Sanpete Skin Bar. Whether you are looking to address specific skin concerns, kickstart your skincare routine, or simply indulge in relaxation, we've got you covered. Facials, microneedling, seasonal chemical peels, and more. Located at 210 West Main Street in Mount Pleasant, Utah. Visit our website at Sanpete.
We're back here at Salt Lake Community College. Robert Lovell with you alongside Corey Sorensen here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. TeamHive.live, powered by Centricom and KSL Sports. As we go to the top of the seventh and final inning, last chance for North Sanpete as they trail Juab 6-1 in this 3A elimination game. The 8-9-1 batters coming to the plate this inning for the Hawks. Hudson Smith followed by Preston Madsen. Then Andy Allred, if they get to the fourth batter, that will be Andy Bailey. New pitcher for Juab is Luke Morostica, the freshman. And another position you can add.
Another position. So far, what's that, 5-6 positions already?
Yeah, we've seen him play just in the playoffs with the best of three last weekend. And 2 games here this weekend. First pitch to Smith was a swing and a miss. Second one missed low and away, so a 1-1 count to Hudson Smith.
So I think the only thing he hasn't played, if I'm right, would be first base and left field.
1-1 pitch is swung on, high pop up into shallow right. Going back at second base is Halverson, who has re-entered at second base, and he'll make the play for out number 1. So a P4 for Smith. Pop up to the second baseman for the first out of the inning.
Making quick work to get that first out, just 2 pitches.
That will bring Preston Madsen to the plate. He stands in on the right side. First pitch from Morostica. It's way outside for ball 1.
He looked at Hansen and said, "Hey, you want a new ball?" And he said, "Yeah, give me a new ball."
Morostica working out of the windup. Here's the 1-0 delivery to Madsen. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Well, that's a pretty good good when you have a player that can play that many positions. He can come in. He looks comfortable on the mound. They're doing a good job.
Swing and a miss for strike 2 to Madsen. Again, just a freshman is Morostica, so
yeah,
able to play that many at that age.
Absolutely. Basically, he's a good player, and coach just wants to make sure he's in the game no matter where it is, basically, is what I'm thinking.
Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Madsen will go down swinging for the second out of the inning. First strike out of the game for Morostica. And North Sanpete is down to their final out, trailing Juab 6-1 here on the top of the 7th inning. And the top of the order, Andy Allred coming to the plate.
And he comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3 in this game.
He stands in on the right side. Curveball, strike 1. The 0-1 pitch. That one bounces about 3 feet in front of the plate for ball 1. It'll 1-1 count.
He'll reset with another new ball right here.
Ball's playing pretty shallow in center. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on, fly ball to right field. Larson coming in, not going to get there. So it's a 2-out single for Andy Allred to keep things going for the Hawks.
Good piece of hitting right there by Allred. I don't know if you noticed that when that ball hit the turf right there, it almost like it had backspin on it. It came forward and didn't bounce to Larson, but came back towards the infield.
I'll bring Andy Bailey to the plate now for the Hawks. He stands in on the left side. First pitch, swung on and hit foul to the left side for strike one.
And Andy Bailey, he is 0 for 2 in the game. He has reached base on a walk.
There's the 0-1 pitch. Swung on, high pop-up, will it get out of play? Hansen coming back near the net and can't quite reel it in as it lands behind him for a high strike 2 to Andy Bailey.
Yeah, we saw Hansen make a play like that yesterday. Great play, very similar to that. He overran that, and that got behind him. Yesterday he made kind of a backward diving catch to get an out, but that one he couldn't trail that one.
So it's an 0-2 count with 2 outs. Runner on first here for North Sanpete. They're down to their final strike, trailing Juab 6-1 here in the top of the 7th. Allred takes the lead at first as Bailey chokes up on the bat. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swinging a foul tip just to stay alive. Again, Marostica sets. Again, the 0-2. Swung on. Ground ball foul to the right side as Bailey continues to battle.
Allred, he's getting a pretty decent lead over there on first, but I don't think they're worried about the runner at this point. Coach is just like said, hey, just let's get the guy at the plate, and we won't worry about the run at first base. That run doesn't mean much.
Count remains 0-2. Pitch from Marostica. Swing and a miss. Strike 3, and Andy Bailey will go down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning and final out of the game as Juab gets the win in the elimination game over North Sanpete 6-1. The Hawks, with a great run to end the season, will have their season come to an end here at Salt Lake Community College. We'll take a break and come back with the post-game show next. 6-1 your final on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, TeamHive.live, and KSL Sports.